So what was Simon playing? Esper Control? I think they were playing Esper, right? No, they were playing red. Sorry, that took me like probably 5 more seconds than it should have. But I'm notorious for playing the wrong land, so... Does Chain Dad? They can go Runaway's team can attack, skewer the critics. And they'll have a free. I can cast Cry, get rid of one, then Contempt, and then they'll have one left. Or I can get rid of a Runaway's teamkin, and they're probably going to cast Chain Whirler. I don't know. Easy game. Easy peasy. I played the Dovin's Equity Mastermind version of Esper. No, I've also never seen it win a game of Magic, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on much. That's not true. I've seen it win games. I think you just play Cry here. Plus makes it look like I don't have Kaya's Wrath, or not as much. Hopefully they play another creature. That'd be the dream. Not in great shape though. Kind of... I have my bases fairly well covered though. I have Contempt and Absorb, and now I even have Teferi to Stuck of Frenzy. Carbo Life still has Light 20. Coming up for the #1 spot. I mean, I'll try. Seems really hard, but you never know. Sorry, I can't watch Esper GL. Fair. Alright, if I didn't have Teferi, it would be like really close. I think you probably have to Contempt here because you can't afford the loss of free life, even if you don't have backup Teferi. On-tap land or 2-mana removal. It's kind of interesting. I think Teferi Plus is the play. Could draw an on-tap land, which would probably be I'd have something. They're striking the Teferi. Interesting they send both at... I feel like there was probably a timing tell that meant I didn't have a 2-mana removal spell, and they could have gotten the extra 2 damage in. Do you think that someone who's like number 10 like pays attention to that stuff? Maybe it's not that easy to catch. Maybe they're doing something else. Alright, I drew my card drawing spell before they drew a Frenzy. Right on schedule. Teferi's line are not nearly as annoying when you're the one playing Teferi. Tell us the story behind the yellowhat you used. Of course. So when I was younger, I used to love that hip-hop band called the Cyan Super Crew. They were from, you know, Paris suburbs and really cool. And they used to dress in yellow all the time. And I had a bunch of merch that was all yellow. So I got a t-shirt and I would wear it all the time. And I would dress in yellow. So my friends got me a yellow hat for my birthday. They just got the ugliest hat they could find, or probably the cheapest. And then they spray painted it in yellow. think it was for my 16th birthday or something. Got there. Ding! Hey Simon, GG. Hey Simon, I was wondering, you try and pay attention to timing tells? Because you send both your dudes at Teferi when I think, I'd pass priority a bunch. And you could have probably known that I didn't have a 2-mana removal spell, or you just don't care that much and just kind of whatever. Is Kaya worth it in best of ones? I think it's pretty well positioned in best of ones. And you need like 1 or 2 win cons, I think. Kind of in a tricky spot here. That's a good point, thank you. Jeez, I'm training my competition. I mean, obviously, if you're playing for fun and you're doing something else, like who cares? But if you're trying, as hard as you can to get to that number 1 spot, people are pretty good at the top. The edges are far and few between, I guess. That's probably not proper use. Don't tell your secrets. So actually just mortify history, maybe? Is that a reasonable play? I think mortifying history is reasonable. Esper looks pretty damn decent when you don't stumble. When you just never ever stumble. Yeah, right on time. What does he say? I'm not what? Plus or minus on night? I think I kind of like minus on night. I'm not sitting this one out. You probably just want to go for max board presence, so play search, play chemister, and sure it costs you 2 life, but this way I'm like just pushing my advantage so much. There's like almost no way they can ever come back. Whereas if I play Kaya, I'm still probably gonna win, but probably just have a land in hand. Definitely not a matchup for Deputy Shines. I'm actually like very surprised. It's probably pretty good in the mirror. Maybe there's just a lot of white right now, but did it take your own stuff? No, it's only open, it's not like actual detention sphere. Did it have a spell? Yeah. I mean, I could get incredibly unlucky, I guess. I'm not even sure. Could I break enough? Kill Legion Landon with Kaya? Well, until they have free creatures in play, I'd rather just plus it and buy me some time, you know, plus loyalty, gain some life, so they have to send more dudes at Kaya too. Esper has a hard time beating a flip Legion's Landing if the game runs out. Yeah, could see that. So they have 2 mana. So they could have Spell Pierce into Jin. I haven't played that matchup much at all. If they had Obsession plus the backup, they would just go for it. So they don't have... So if they have Spell Pierce, means they don't have Dive Down. I mean, I guess with this hand, I'm just supposed to cast Thought Erasure. Correct. Moment upkeep. Yeah. They're pretty tough. Is there a reason to not play Thought Erasure now? I'll just say go. This way I don't play into Wizard's Retort. I mean, it's one thing to play like into their Spell Pierce, which is going to be a nightmare no matter what. I feel like it's another thing to play into clunky Wizard's Retort. Looks like they have Dive Down. What am I supposed to do? Probably just craving that just because I need to buy some time. Oh, this card was going to be insane no matter what. What do I think about Modern Horizon? I don't have anything super insightful to say. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's a really cool idea. Apparently it's something that's been suggested for years and years. I don't follow that part of the Magic scene that closely. Well, looks like we'll lose. Good game. Well, it was definitely a tough matchup. It didn't seem like they drew any bad cards. They might even be playing a pretty hateful version with no dead cards. But if you build your deck that way, it's probably pretty hard to beat. And you already have bad matchups against white and red. I don't think I could have sequenced my cards in a way that won me the game. And I feel like I sequenced my cards fairly reasonably. I don't feel like I had that many options. I feel like we played against 9 Yota already. These have been getting good mana draws for the most part. I guess this game, I mean, it's classic Esper. You're going to lose like quarter, fifth of your game. It's just really strong, except when you stumble. And then there's some decks that are pretty good at beating it. Alright, double thought erasure. Do they have black? Yes. Double thought erasure. I don't really care about Thief of Sanity. So let's see, they're gonna thought erasure, absorb. It was either that or Carnage. Do you think Blue-White Control has any place in Bo1? I'm not sure why you would play Blue-White. What do you think are the upsides of playing I should not show them, right? I can't cast anything anyways. What do you think are the upsides of Blue-White over Esper? You would take Thief, really, when I have Vraska's Contempt and Kaya's Wrath in hand? It feels so bad. Why would I take Thief? Just in case I don't draw a land in my top, like, 4 cards or something? That sounds horrendous. I was gonna use Kaya's Wrath. Probably F Karn or Nicobolus, or I guess Wrath gets rid of Nicobolus too. Like if they don't have a very good play this turn, I just win the game, I think. It's kind of close. I'll hold on to my Vraska's Contempt. I could get punished playing that way if they have another I'm actually gonna hold on to my land in case I have another Carnage, and then I can keep Absorb. Looks like maybe I should have taken Carnage the way the game played out. Unclear. Oh, they have Chemisters inside too. That's kind of scary, actually. I guess that's one way of making the Esper matchup pretty good. I guess they've like not played a single dead card so far. But I mean, I don't think this deck can ever beat the aggressive decks. If you're cutting all the dead cards from your deck, I guess you can play like a few dead cards because then you recycle them with insights. This deck seems... If you don't have Thought Erasure turn 2, seems like you're gonna have a super rough time. Kind of getting owned here. Yeah, this is not your classic, this is not your classic, Grixis control deck or Grixis midrange. This is like anti-Esper Grixis. Hey, Mr. Vani, you enjoyed the article? It's cool. So they have a Nico Bolas coming up soon. Open has figured out that Mythic is entirely Esper. I haven't played against that much Esper, honestly. I mean, we've actually played against Esper 0. Well, how many games have we played today? We're on game 15, and we've played against Esper control exactly 0 time. And that's a pretty good draw. It's not going to be enough, though. I have a Nico B I need to take care of. They still have Beat Devil. If I top like Planeswalker, they have Insight. Yeah, this is a nightmare. They have to play Cry? Yeah, that would be a good way. Cry and Ritual have to play the high impact cards. I don't know. We haven't seen a dead card yet. Carnival is a nice hedge, I guess. It kills some of the cheap creatures. Assuming I just lose. Yeah, I wonder if people got bored of playing Esper or that it's like somewhat hated out. Alright, good game. Nice deck. What should I label that? Grixis control, I guess. This is definitely not Grixis cards I own. This feels like Grixis deck that's been, tuned to beat Esper. No clue what Char is playing. He's been playing a bunch of different decks. Sounds great, though. Tim says, I really enjoyed the Sultai list Sarani put up on SCG. This is a channel Fireball sponsor stream. Shane's actually my teammate, my face-to-face games teammates. He played the deck at the PT. He was doing well. He was going into the last 5 rounds of Constructed. He was still in top 8 contention. I think LSV actually beat him, right? On his way to the top 8. All right. Looks like they're Esper Control, or Shahar is Esper Control. But just in case, if he's playing Esper Control, I don't care about shocking myself. But there's a small chance he's playing some homebrew or some creature deck, and I actually need to cast Moment of Craving on turn 2. No, it's cool. I think CFB is pretty open about the whole, rivalry between... obviously they don't want me talking about how awesome SCG is all the time, but I feel like it's kind of unhealthy and to be like ignore the other person, ignore the other side exists. It's kind of, maybe it's good business, but I don't feel like that's how. I don't like that view. Like, for instance, we had Poker Stars and Winamax in France, and while Winamax did a lot of things very well, they had that mentality of like, Poker Stars doesn't exist. Whenever they wrote articles or reports and stuff, they try as hard as possible never to mention stars, and we didn't really roll that way. And I kind of like that. It's actually like Elon Musk was talking about that recently. He was like, "Oh, I'm glad GM is getting into the, electric car business. I hope," he was like, if they do a better job than us, then good beats, and they take our market shares. It means they did a good job, and I kind of like that mentality, kind of the like we're a team, we're all on the same team. Alright, I'm just gonna play Chapel and say go. I'm not sure I'm supposed to say go there. Maybe I'm supposed to not let them chemisters inside, and maybe they didn't have negate. I think that was probably a mistake, actually. Is Channel Fireball working as a team? I'm just working with Lily, with Autumn Burchett, the recent winner. Mystic Invitational winner. I don't know what other people are doing. Alright, Craving or Cast Down. Could have Chromium, could have Nizahal. I'm assuming it's Moments of Craving is the worst removal spell. I'm not even sure I should pay 2 here. Cats down, yeah, cats down hits nothing. Cats down might hit a random hostage taker, I guess. Or Thief of Sanity. Team Hat OP. That's right. OPAF. Or I needed that. I wonder if I even play Insight here. I only want to play Insight. Oh, they were playing a Lyra. Am I giving any... Let's play non-tap land. Trying to figure out if I'm giving up any equity by playing tap land. I mean, they could have Chromium. Could have Dezahal. Like, staying at 16 might be relevant. Just this way they need to hit me 3 times. Kind of giving away my hand's not super stacked, I guess, when I'm not tapping. Like, they know I don't have triple absorb, for instance. Or they know I don't have absorb, contempt, plus negate. Stuff like that, I guess. Yeah, it's true. People actually play Bell Haunts. That's a good point for keeping cats down over a moment of craving. I'm not in a great spot. I only have 1 counter spell. I don't have an answer to search. I don't have a especially good version in the mirror match. Doesn't seem like Shahar does either. Because he has at least, Lyra would indicate. But I don't have the Devious cover up. I don't have the extra counter spells. I'm playing the full set of Absorb. I guess some versions only play 2 negates and 3 Absorb. And I don't know. I think I'm supposed to fight over that. Alright. I'm gonna discard Kaya's Wrath. I feel like... I wonder that if he has... Oh, multiple Lyras. Something you should almost always absorb here. No good reason not to, I think. Wasn't it a turn to try and land up to Fairy backed by Absorb? I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna succeed. I didn't have the mana either, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or maybe I did. Like, the thing is, he's so likely to have a Vraska's Contempt. This is kind of close between land and Kaya's Wrath. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to. Even if I get to stick it, he's so likely to have a Vraska's Contempt in hand. I'm gonna play 1. I don't know if I should play the second one. They have Mortify. My only target for Mortify is Search. And there gets a point in the deck where you actively, I think, do not want Search. One, two, three, four, 5. Alright, body erasure now. So I don't know my top card. How does this matchup play out? I haven't played the matchup that much. I definitely think I've lost before when I was That's funny. I did mill the first one, right? Well, now I have to mill the second one. It definitely goes down to decking. I have definitely lost... I've definitely lost a game before where I was super far ahead, but I didn't manage my cards very well, and I ended up getting decked. Despite having had, you know, Search flipped and Teferi most of the game, so... Shard drew all 4 canisters inside in his top 30 cards. So this is pretty brutal. The mirror match definitely a bit weird, I think. Wasn't a good idea to keep Search. We knew he had a Mortify in hand. If I had known at Search both my top cards were Search, I'm not even sure I would have kept it, honestly. Just because now he has a card that goes from like great to dead, which is kind of a big deal. So I really don't know what technology Char is running. Depending on his build, I'm very, very far behind, or, you know, him having 7 cards in hand doesn't even matter that much. I think I might just deck him this game. We'll see. He has 20 free cards. He needs... Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose. I'm out of Vraska's Contempt. I need to draw Teferis. I need to draw Chemisters inside is what I really need to draw. Canisters inside even is the best card I can draw. I don't think it's GG yet. How many counter spells has he had to use? 1, 2, 3, only 3. I need 2 Chemisters inside in my yeah, now, like, basically. And I can still win. Yeah, I don't think I played that game poorly at all. There's a chance, actually, he had 2 counter spells, but he did have Vraska's Contempt, so maybe the turn, maybe I was supposed to go, oh no, there was the turn 2, like turn 5 I should have played Teferi, I think. I don't know, I think maybe I owe chat a couple push-ups for this game. I feel like I made a couple mistakes. I'm not sure I would have won, but plus we haven't done push-ups in a while. I did play quite well. I don't know, you either played perfect or you didn't, you know, I don't know if you can, I mean, there is definitely something in between, but... So I need to draw Chemisters inside into Chemisters inside into Teferi minus 12. How many Teferi? This first Teferi. Alright, looks like we lost. Can I still win? He gets an emblem. He plays another Teferi. I don't have Vraska's Contempt left. Alright, I think I'll lose. Alright. I'll do some push-ups. I think I could have maybe won that game. I think I should have played a bit differently. Is my position that bad? The elbows? They crack, but I don't know, it's not a... I'm not a push-up Hall of Famer, no. My form's not terrible. Wyatt is ranked 15. Wyatt might be on Esper. Hello, Wyatt. Hello, Wyatt. And it's pretty decent for the mirror match. A search and a chemistry's insight. This guy. I'm assuming I should be favorite. I probably do want to keep some removal at some point, but I'm guessing by the time he's casting Niv. I don't know if that's good or bad for me that he has Revitalize in his deck. I don't know if they play that in the spot of... It's probably good overall that he has like these kind of cards in his deck. Could be a card he's playing over a removal spell. In which case it's not that good for me. This is so awkward. I want to draw all the counter spells right away. Oh. Hello. That's so funny. I was definitely not trolling. I forgot. Sorry. That's funny though. You gotta admit that was pretty funny. I don't know if you had... Did you have any idea what was going on, or was it kind of... I'm really good at talking about the game without mentioning any of the cards. I think I should keep. How do you untap? Okay. Blue, blue, black, white, black. Alright, that's good. I use an absorb. Let's not be too stingy with our counter spells. I'm gonna flip search next turn. I'm gonna want the extra lands. Maybe not though. I'll do graveyard. Rewarded. Jeskai can't win versus Esper. I'm assuming it's really good for Esper. I kind of want to use Absorb. Just because they get to draw a card and I have a negate backup, and this way I save a spot removal for Niv. Library, transform. I'm assuming I'm supposed to fight over that. Oh, why am I in full control mode? I did not mean that. I'm getting kind of confused. Is there a way on Arena to not have to say decline every turn? You can mortify it. 6. I guess I'll thought erasure first. Alright, does he have a secret way of beating me, or... Okay, figured. I was like, maybe he has like... Maybe he's played these games before and like between Niv, he can like, I don't know. Is it decklist mono white? I never changed the decklist. I'm just playing a very, very, very stock version of Esper. Was 4 Teferi and 1 Kai as my win cons. I think I want to take 2 damage here. Not too sure what I would want to mortify. I'm sure they're going to show me though. Make me regret it. Nope. Yeah, just say go again. Is there like some uncounterable spell in this color combo that any stupid card I'm worried about? There's not, right? Just play Insight first and then go Thought Erasure. Drill bit. It kind of worked out nicely. I'm not saying they can win this game, but it does seem like poor sequencing by them to let me play the Absorb, the Know About, and the Moment Cravings. But obviously they're just incredibly far behind. How much different do you think is level of competition on Arena and MTGO? I think it's pretty similar when you get to Mythic compared as to what you would face in Magic Online leagues. Lenny. There used to be a Lenny like that on like Poker Stars. Who was it already? It has like the older redhead bald guy. Oh, I'm first. Uh-oh, mirror match. Yikes. This game might be very short-lived. Apparently I suck in the mirror match. I guess I'm not playing Esper at the Invitational. Oh, this is a disaster. I think I should just play it now before they have Teferi mana. Double Inside to just have the perfect draw. How do I come back? I kind of need Mortify or Chemister's Insight. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, I have to keep playing. It feels really bad because I need lands and I also need insights and searches and mortifies, so you could almost argue that I'm supposed to bin the land there. I'm just so far behind. I should probably scoop, honestly. I mean, it's kind of interesting to play out. I did play out this game a few times, I guess. The Orat won a pretty sweet game yesterday where he got a. I was playing the Esper mirror match and his opponent cast on more ego, and the Orat just won anyways. Are you ever supposed to fight over insight just to slow them down? It seems like you can never win if you start using counter spells on Kinister's insight. These Esper mirror match are painful. I feel like they're pretty interesting. Hey Lion Rose, it is indeed Bo1. I'm one of the lucky challengers who's been invited to the Mythic Invitational, so I'm practicing for best of one. The misplaced changer followed you. I wonder if he unfollowed me and then refollowed me, or never followed me in the first place. Feels bad, man. Alright, I think I just go after Teferi. It's definitely possible that like the person who's the surge kind of draws their spell in awkward sequence and they end up like getting decked or something. Wait, so they have potentially nothing to deal with the Teferi? Their own Teferi? Do we need to not have it, break on search? If they counter it, they get to untap, play Teferi. I'll just jam. It's just so far behind. Can I show the list in between rounds? I can. It's honestly, if you've been playing any standard at all, there's not gonna be anything special. I'm playing 4 Teferi, 1 Kaya as my win cons. That's it, and then I'm playing. I have 4 Kaya's Wrath, I guess. Most people play 3. It's like minor details. Once upon a time, all what mattered was to counter the Psych Tug and we let all the draw spells resolve. But in these mirrors, it looks like the first one to have a Skanda or to change chemistry inside will get too far ahead. Yeah, but it's so little value. You're countering a divination. It's just a lose-lose. Whoever draws more chemistry's insight is just gonna win. Also, the whole like never countering a card draw spell in the mirror match, I think it like kind of got blown out of proportion. It's kind of a myth, you know. Maybe I wasn't supposed to counter just because I have 3 counter spells in hand. Now they could have Teferi plus negate. Alright, I can probably scoop now. They have 29 cards left in their deck. I feel like if I lose at this point, it's just because they sequence so poorly and somehow left themselves vulnerable to top decks. I'm just gonna scoop. Good game. Alright, I'll play 2 more games of Esper Control and then I'll finish the stream with something else. How do you connect your Amazon account to your Twitch account? I'm guessing it's not that hard. I don't think I've ever done it though. I don't even know if I have Amazon Prime. I think Liz has Amazon Prime. Rainbow Freed in Modern Horizon, that'd be pretty cool. Bring back phasing. If it was not a shock land, it would be a no-brainer. Is that equipoise or whatever, Rochelle? Even this is like almost before my time. Okay, I think I'm gonna get out tempoed if I keep absorbed there. Once upon a time, we would move animated enchantments in and out of exile in order to gain an insurmountable advantage in a way that was completely impossible to understand for new players. Those were the days. Do you write, Rochelle? You literally write for a living, right? You're a journalist of some kind, or no? What do you do already? I might wait here because of War Boss. I don't think I can play too scared. It's not like... I don't know, I wasn't paying super attention. I have a neurological muscle disease, so I'm basically a bum. I'm sorry, man. Oh. Okay. Well, we love you. Even though, you know, mono blue taking turns. Not sure about that one. Well, looks like I'm in pretty bad shape. Well, that's definitely not what I meant to do, but I guess it doesn't matter. Probably something I should learn how to do before I play Arena for thousands of dollars. Well, looks like they have it. Alright, GG. I mean, this is a tough matchup. They all have, like, no dead cards. They had a good curve. The Shocklands kind of did me in. Ah yes, basic swamp. We meet again. Hey Carteris, you were our last opponent. Honor was mine. Good game. Solid beating. Zealot, thanks for the 8 months support with the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Am I insane enough to play basic island in Esper? Yeah, I mean, just like everyone else, right? I do indeed have the infamous basic island. You're off to the LGS, Tim? Cool. What are you... What's today? LGS. Guys, rap on an empty board to send a message. Very strong. Man, I mean, I guess I'll use absorb. Since I have infinite removal spells. Light up the stage. Light it up. This game's funny. Have you tried the Simit Nexus deck splashing white for Stellar Wreckage, Knight of Bottom, and Lyra Diebringer? No, Nexus of Fate is just banned in best of one. No land for you, no land for me. Or I mean, no land for me, no land for you. Oh, they have a land. Tricky. Alright, this game's just gotta be so over, right? Advantage bar all the way to the right. Full on red. Just nothing I should be scared of, really. So what was our overall record for? Was Esper this time around? There's one game I didn't count. It was like the red black burn deck. Game we won. Besides that, we won 5-5. If you count this as a win, so 6-5. Not great. How many cards do gain life? I have 4 Absorb and Akaya. I do not play Revitalize. Oh, I have Raska's Contempt too. 2 Raska's Contempt. They have a spell, right? Another Frenzy.